What's good? What's good? What's good? So I'm continuing my videos about how I gained my confidence through weapons and wanting to get into the sport of three gun, but a little bit of history about my past. So I'm continuing. There was a point in time in my life, like I would say late 20s, 30s, where I had actually wanted to get into DJing. That was one of my passions. I've always been into music, but more on that in a while, in a little bit, I should say. But I'm growing up with the situation I was in with my stepdad. Again, not really instilling any confidence in me, not showing me how to do certain things, or just certain things that a son or a boy, young boy, little boy needs from a man, a father, stepfather, whatever you want to call it, a male role model figure. Which he was a role model, but not the right one, in my opinion. So, growing up a lot, 20s and 30s I had a chip on my shoulder. Things weren't falling into place. Just things weren't right. I wasn't focusing on the right things. I was focusing on outside things, influences that really didn't matter as far as other people doing certain things. I'm looking at this person, that person, and wondering, like, why isn't that happening for me? Well, a few things. One, you weren't, either me talking to myself, either I wasn't working hard enough to achieve those things, whether it be job, personal life, whatever the case is, I wasn't working hard enough. I just saw things going to how those people were doing things. But one thing what I wasn't aware of is the time and effort that they put into the accomplishments and rewards that they received. So that was one thing. I was always forcing things, and things were never falling into place. I didn't plan a lot, again, because I'm just going off what other people are doing and not doing my thing, and then I'm forcing it. So that was one thing. And then again, I wanted to be a DJ, so my music was something that was always important to me, listening to a lot of mixtape shows, just listening and learning. So I heard a lot when it came to DJing. So when I actually got my own equipment, it wasn't too challenging to replicate the sounds that I kept hearing on the radio or mixtape shows or CDs that I just happened to come across or acquire throughout the years. I met my wife in my early 30s. And we've been together ever since. 42 now, I'm about to be 43. That's probably one of the best things that ever happened to me, meeting her. I don't know, man, it just is one girl that I can actually vibe with, cry like a baby in front of, and just show my vulnerability. And it's great to have that. So when I met her and then eventually I proposed to her, I wanted to make sure things were right. So I actually sought counsel from one of the reverends at the church, and the church that I attended at the time. And we did about 3 to 5 counseling sessions. And he gave us some pointers, which we still implement to this day or use to this day. It's one thing that, my parents, I don't know if they seek counsel or whatever the case is, but I wanted to make sure that I was right in my relationship moving forward. Because again, I saw on my side not a whole lot of longevity, except for a few, but not many. So just things weren't working out. In that time frame, we were going vacations, and I would come back salty because I was emotional. I didn't like coming home from vacation. I was an asshole in the airport. I was a jackass in the cab ride. It just was, I was just a shitty person coming home from vacation, to say the least. At that point in time, I really didn't have a handle on my emotions. Yeah, everybody loves vacations, but you don't have to act like an asshole to your significant other when you're on your way home. And I did that a lot. I don't do that anymore because I'm more calm, more relaxed. But yeah, I'm more in tune with my emotions. Before, I was never in tune with my emotions. I thought I was, but I really wasn't. Yeah, shortly, and then, well, with the counselor, I had those sessions, but then I took it a step further. There was one instance where me and my then fiance had a disagreement. Some may call it an argument. I try to focus on the positive. Argument is too negative, so I say disagreement. So in doing so, went and see counseling, the actual counselor. My counselor's great. They helped me through a lot. To total, I've done maybe 6 sessions with that counselor, and they've all been great. Helped me through a lot. Helped me think. Helped me give me some tools that will help me move forward in knowing how to react, control my emotions, and just overall be a better person. So yeah, I'm thankful for those tools that they instilled in me. As far as my music, I sought out to be a DJ, but then I realized, music production is where my passion is. DJing was just, something that I loved and enjoyed. Listening to all the local DJs in my area, the DMV area, and all the way to, other DJs, whether it be on TV or just mix CDs that I acquired. But what got me interested in music production was just seeing an episode of, I forget the name of the show, but it was a show on, it was Entourage on HBO. And someone had decided to put a Wu-Tang song in the middle of a scene. I said, who the hell decided to do that? So I looked up the credits and sure enough found out music supervisor. And then from there just snowballed into DJing, get my, rubbing elbows with the right people, hopefully, and then leveling up to music production. So that's pretty much where I'm at now. So more on that later.